Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Harun.
You too,
It's
brother.
Harun, yes?
Yes, Harun.
Okay, mashallah, mashallah. Tell me,
Yes.
how long have you been waiting for this day?
Oh, for years, brother. Since I started watching the arrival videos when they came out.
Yeah.
And I saw the truth about it. And from there, I've been realizing that we are living in the end times.
Okay.
Because they show you how the shaitani powers and the Dajjali powers are already out here.
Yes.
And how they're getting ready for all this. So mentally, alhamdulillah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala got me ready back in them days.
What did you think of this Arrivals series?
Well, I started watching it and I could see the truth in it because they basically show the music industry, the movie industry, how they are programming people and all that. And I already had an idea in my head about this agenda that's going out, because according to CIA, they made an experiment where they realized that the brain, the function of the brain, one side react to music and the other side react to the lyrics. So the way they sing with that music, people listen to and start acting like that. Hence, as you see, when people listen to gangster rap, they start putting their trousers down and start acting like that.
The influence.
Influence, exactly.
Okay.
So from there, I realized that that influence is actually out.
When did you hear about Brother Qasim?
Brother Qasim, I heard, like, the first time I saw his videos was a couple of years ago, but I didn't have much knowledge at that time. I was still getting into it.
Yeah.
And then my cousin, I think it was 3 months ago, sent me a video of Brother Muhammad Qasim and asked me to analyze it.
Okay.
And in that video, it wasn't Brother Muhammad Qasim who was talking himself. It was a person who was describing the Imam Mahdi.
Okay.
And the similarity with Brother Muhammad Qasim.
Okay.
And after that, obviously, as a Muslim, I have to check the narrations and everything.
Of course.
And I did so, and I started thinking about it for 2-3 days. And from there, I said to my cousin who sent me the video that my conclusion is that this person is telling the truth, because you can see it. Well, I saw it in his eyes, the truthful of it, like whatever he's saying was the truth, because you can see on a person's eyes if he's lying or telling the truth.
Yeah.
So, so I told my cousin that this guy is definitely something special. You can see he's not lying. And the other thing is the person is clear about one thing, that he is not trying to change Islam and he's not trying to become a leader. All he's doing is trying to be friends with Allah, and he's doing a duty that Allah has given him. And that's all it is. And his main message in it is not follow him or nothing. Is he don't care about if we follow him. All he wants us to do is stop doing shirk.
Okay.
That's his main message. So I say a person like that, brother, cannot lie.
Which dreams really impacted you the most? If you could just give me a couple of examples of some dreams that really impacted you the most.
The one that impacted me the most was his dreams about the end times.
Okay.
Yeah, because I already had an idea about the end times because of the arrivals. And what's it called? So in my head, it was like, it exactly according to the hadith, what Rasulullah said to us about the end times, it's going to happen like that.
Okay. You said to me that you really been trying to get in contact with somebody who can put you in contact with Brother Qasim. Tell me a little bit about that. What happened with this?
So basically, when I said to my cousin that this guy, we need to help him with the messages because he is the truthful, and you are in Pakistan right now, so he is there as well. So if you can, try to find out for me. And he tried for at least a month, talk to different people. They all promised him that they will get him in contact with Brother Muhammad Qasim.
Yeah.
Well, nobody would reply after that.
Wow.
So I said to my cousin, you know what, the thing is, maybe Allah is testing us to see how much in our hearts that we are actually truthful to our sincerity. Exactly. So just leave it for now. We will carry on spreading the message, and if Allah decide, inshallah, one day we will get in contact with the right people. And my cousin, he didn't listen to me. He carried on trying. He said, listen, you're my brother and you are doing something for the truth, and I'm not going to stop helping you to get to the truth.
MashaAllah. May Allah reward him well.
Ameen.
Ameen. Have you had any dreams or any signs that made it obvious to you?
To be honest, with me is whenever Allah guide me to something, all you have to do is put it into my heart,
Okay.
and I follow. With me, Allah don't have to give me no signs, nothing. He have, like, I don't know why, or if it is true, but I've always felt like Allah has given me that heart that is attracted to the truth.
MashaAllah.
You know what I mean?
What is your ambition and your objective here?
For me, it's like the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that when
Sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
the Imam comes out, before he becomes the Imam, whoever helps him at that time, it will be like the Sahabas helping the Prophet sallallahu alaihi
That's
wasallam.
correct. History repeats itself. Yes.
Exactly. I realized one thing, that if you think about it, what brother Muhammad Qasim's real duty will be is to carry on the fight where Hazrat Hussein ibn Ali left it, the fight against the tyrants of this dunya. And for me, in my heart, it's always been, as soon as the first time I read the hadith about the Imam, I've always asked Allah to guide me so I can help him fight the tyranny. I was always against tyranny in my life. It used to make me angry when I used to see Palestine getting oppressed, Iraq, the war in Iraq, about the Kashmiris, and I've always prayed to Allah that we need that Imam as soon as possible. And Alhamdulillah, as soon as I realized that this guy is special, there was nothing holding me back. Back in the days when I saw the black banners rise in Afghanistan, in my head,
Yeah.
it was like, okay, the banners of the Imam is already here. All we need to wait for is the Imam. But when brother Muhammad Qasim told his dream about the fighter jets, it occurred to me that it does make sense. In this age, it can't be
Not
real.
that way?
Straight.
Straight.
It can't be real, like it can't be horses in this age. It has to be something more powerful. And then I thought, when Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam had to give an example of an aeroplane, he gave the example of a donkey.
A mule.
A mule,
Yes.
basically. And I was thinking these fighter jets will be much more advanced. So what is more advanced than a mule is a horse. So the best example for that is a horse.
Yeah.
So for me, it was mostly that when brother Muhammad Qasim said about the fighter jets, and I started thinking deep about it for time, and I realized that day and age we are in, the technology, it would have to be that, because according to the hadith, the word that's used is taluk.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the sunrise.
That's right, yes.
So what rises like that? It
Yes.
have to be something that flies.
Yes, and brother Nizam, who I'm sure you will get to know soon,
Inshallah.
he knows his stuff. Like, why do you think that the scholars aren't listening?
If you think about it, if you go back in history, when the Ahl Yahud was praying to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, crying, they send us the Messiah. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala promised them the Messiah. And when they got back to Jerusalem by the help of, I think it was Zulkarnain,
That's right.
and they got back there, and then the Romans took over. And at that time, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent Hazrat Isa, when everybody was praying for him to come, then the scholars who recognized him wasn't ready to follow him, because they were afraid that if we follow him, then we will lose all the power. It's the same with the scholars in our age in Islam. They are basically the same as the rabbis of that time. They are afraid that if people start following him, then we're going to lose all of our powers.
So this is about dunya.
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 Exactly.
And
It's the what's called the nafs of the imams.
Yes.
And another thing that hit me was like when Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said came to the Quraysh, stood on the mountain and said, if I told you there is an army behind here to attack us, would you believe me? And they said, of course we believe you. Nobody's more truthful than you. But then when he said that I'm a messenger sent from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they said, we don't want to hear about it.
Yes.
It's the same with the imams
That's
these
right.
days.
That's right.
And I keep telling my friends and people as well that, look, we can choose to be like the first Sahabas that entered Islam, or we can be like Abu Sufyan, the last one to enter, who didn't have no other choice to enter when everything was clear to him.
Yeah.
It's up to us. That's the test.
You speak Danish. Where did
Yeah.
that come from?
I was born in Denmark.
Oh, you were born in Denmark.
Yeah.
Okay, mashallah. So we can hit up the people in Denmark, with the brothers in Denmark and the sisters in Denmark, with our message.
I've already tried, Because my cousin, little cousin, he's around 17 years old.
Okay.
And since he was around 14, 15, no, sorry, he's not 17 now, he's around 18, 20.
Okay.
But when he was like 14, 15 years old, I used to talk to him about the end times and everything, trying to get him mentally ready for what's coming in the world. And he used to say to me that whenever you get more message, like in knowledge about it, send it to me. And I tried to send the videos of Brother Muhammad Qasim to him, but he never replied after that. To be honest, all I do, like for example, if somebody says to me that I'm crazy or I'm stupid or I'm just following blindly, all I do is just smile at them and say to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Ya Allah, guide them.
Subhanallah.
You know what I mean? That is our duty. There's no point standing there arguing and fighting, you know what I mean? Because that way you look extreme. But instead, just give them a smile and say, brother, you have your opinions, I have mine. May Allah guide us both. You know what I mean? When they start saying to me, yeah, that is true, this is how he's going to look like, this is how he's going to do, and all that kind of stuff, then I start saying to them, well, you see, there's a person in Pakistan who gets dreams from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then I start telling them about Brother Muhammad Qasim as much as I know. You know what I mean? And I encourage, I said, don't listen to what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just for your own clarification, search out Muhammad Qasim.
Do your own research.
Exactly.